This video will cover primary myelofibrosis, a myeloproliferative neoplasm. The anchor for this video is right in the center of our attention here, and it's this huge Fibro 1 granola bar, because these granola bars are our symbol for fibrosis. And if you notice, it is apple flavored. Remember that our symbol for myelo is an apple, since myelo in Greek means apple, and myelo sounds similar to Milo. And to help us remember that this is a myeloproliferative neoplasm, look at the sticker here on the fish tank. The sticker for this company named Metropolitan will help us remember myeloproliferative neoplasm, which if you were to shorten, you'd get MPN, just like how myeloproliferative neoplasm is shortened to MPN. Primary myelofibrosis has two phases, the cellular or prefibrotic and the fibrotic phase. The prefibrotic phase is defined by anemia and thrombocytosis. To represent anemia, we have none other than the famous clownfish Nemo here. Nemo sounds like anemia, right? To represent thrombocytosis, we have this stack of plates on the table here because plates are our symbol for platelets. Since there are multiple plates, we're going to remember thrombocytosis. The bone marrow in the prefibrotic phase is expected to be hypercellular. To remember this, we have, just like in other videos, someone chugging an overflowing cup of bone broth. Not much explanation needed on that one. The megakaryocytes both in the prefibrotic and the fibrotic phases are morphologically abnormal and usually seen in clusters. To represent the fact that they're seen in clusters, just take a look at what our character here is munching on. Not my favorite snack, to be honest, but it works for this video. And of course, since this is Meg from the famous Family Guy TV show, we're going to remember megakaryocytes since both words have Meg. In the fibrotic phase, a leukoerythroblastic pattern is expected in the peripheral blood with teardrop-shaped cells. To represent leukoerythroblastic, take a look at this magazine here. You recognize this character from Star Wars? Again, not a huge fan of Star Wars, but Luke Skywalker here represents the leuko part of leukoerythroblastic. The fact that Luke is wearing a red outfit will remind us of the erythro portion of leukoerythroblastic. And lastly, since there seems to be some sort of explosion going on here, we'll remember the blastic part of leukoerythroblastic. To help us remember teardrop-shaped red blood cells, all we have to do is note that our clownfish here unfortunately has a tear coming out of its eye. No problem to remember this because it's straightforward, but let's not forget that during the fibrotic phase, a bone marrow aspirate may result in a dry tap. Lastly, let's talk about the three mutations associated with primary myelofibrosis. The first one is JAK2, and it's represented by this cool action figure here of Jack Sparrow. Next, CALR mutation is represented by the cow on his shirt, since CALR sounds like cow. Lastly, MPL mutation is represented by this male pouch here, since if you were to shorten male pouch, you could get to MPL.